Thank you. Well, should an entire trial be thrown out because of a juror tweet or multiple tweets? Debate on that very subject has become widespread as a local case involving a former juror, Sebastian Garrido, makes headlines. During a recent trial, Garrido insists he didn't know he wasn't allowed to use social media. Weighing in on this topic, News Channel 5 legal analyst Michelle Suskauer here. Michelle, thanks for joining us today.
Sure, my pleasure.
The judge here said no charges will be filed against Garrido. However, we're still waiting to find out if this case, or trial, I should say, will be thrown out. What happened today in court? Do you feel this was a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, he was put on the stand. He didn't come with an attorney. I think he came with a parent. I think he came with his dad. And the judge basically berated him, but didn't do much more than that. He claimed, the juror claimed, or the former juror claimed, that he didn't understand what the directions were. And clearly from the record, if the record gets reviewed, which I'm sure it will be, there are instructions that are given to a juror, a potential jury, as well as during the actual trial itself, not to use social media, not to speak about this case to anyone, and that also means tweeting. So what this juror claimed is that he didn't understand that. This judge had an opportunity to hold this guy in contempt. Even though he's 18 years old, she could, just like Dennis DeMartin was held in contempt by Judge Colbath in the Goodman case, he could have been held in contempt. He was not. Basically, he was sent home.
You don't feel this was an ignorant juror here? He knew well what he was doing?
Look, I can't get into this individual's mind, but this does not send a good message, and this seems to me to be blatant, and it's multiple times. It concerns me, and it concerns me as to whether or not this individual may have gotten a fair trial or not. This, if a new trial is not ordered, and again, I don't know whether one or will be or not, this could very well be a very big issue on appeal.
Let's talk about the big picture. How does social media impact future cases in the courtroom here?
Well, so many of us are using it. And again, it's like when you're instructed, don't speak about the case. When you're seated as a juror, it seems like some of your First Amendment rights have to be suspended a little bit, because being a juror is you're taking a sacred oath to try the case fairly and to not communicate during the trial, during the deliberations. And that includes social media. That includes posting and tweeting and messaging and texting. And in this so we're all doing this. But in this particular case, I think that this is something that is very, very widespread, and judges are taking this very seriously.
We'll see what happens. Michelle Suskauer,
Sure.
Thanks for joining us today. Have a great 4th, too.
You too.
Take care.